I am just over 2 weeks postpartum and I'm doing good, finding my rhythm again, starting to feel better, starting to find routine again. My pain for the most part is gone. Every once in a while I need to take some aspirin and do a couple things, but it's not like it was. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still emotionally, high and low and up and down. I mean, it's still very early postpartum, so I expect to feel a lot of that still. And probably for the first 3 months or so, well, anywhere from 6 weeks to 12 weeks is usually when I find that things start to level out emotionally, and just with the routine in general. But yeah, I'm doing good. Like I'm happy to be physically feeling better, and I think that helps you mentally, emotionally. So basically right now it's just finding the routine again. Obviously it's modified because we have a newborn in the house, but it's like each day I get a little bit more into it. I do have a very loose routine. I have a very I want to go with the flow as much as possible, but I also want to have structure, so I try to not to be too strict with it. But so far things seem to be working, things seem to be going good. Everyone's enjoying life right now. We're slowly starting to do normal activities throughout the week again, just one thing at a time. We're not pushing ourselves. If it's a day where it's like, no, it's just too much, we're not. But if it's a day where we're like, yeah, we really want to go out, we're starting to show off the baby. That's been fun. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on lately and where we're at. So I am officially 3 weeks postpartum. I am feeling a lot better than I was a couple of weeks ago. We are slowly starting to find the routine again. Baby girl is doing really well. I'm starting to notice some semblance of a schedule with her, which is nice. She's only waking up a couple of times a night for a feeding, so she's sleeping really well at night. She's also, she's napping on and off throughout the day, but I've noticed she's getting a lot more wake times in. So that's going really well. Again, right now it's just trying to find the routine again. I'll start up. We've taken the last month off of school, just going through this postpartum season and adjusting, but I think I'm going to start doing schoolwork again with in a couple of days. And then what we'll do was, instead of summer vacation, my plan is to, this was like summer vacation, so we're going to school all through summer, and that'll just make up for the time that we took off with baby being born. My body is pretty much back to normal. I'm in all of my pre-pregnancy clothes. I got rid of my maternity clothes, which for me is always bittersweet, because it's like, that's such a beautiful time in your life, being pregnant and having the maternity clothes, and then putting them away is always still a little bit emotional for me. So they are put away, they are back in storage, and so whether or not I bring them back out in the future, that's really, we don't have a plan one way or another. We're just leaving it up to the Lord, whether or not He chooses to bless us with another child in the future, or whether or not this is where our family is and we're complete in that. But really the plan on that front is to wait till both my husband and I feel at peace with what the Lord is doing with our family. And just, I'm kind of waiting on that feeling of our family, the completion within our own family unit. So I'm kind of waiting for that feeling. Obviously it's way too soon to tell at this point. So hopefully, Lord willing, I mean, it's up to Him. Like I was saying, I do feel bittersweet right now, but if we have more kids in the future, I will be incredibly excited. And if not, my prayer is that the Lord just gives both my husband and I the peace that this is where our family is and this is what His plans are for us. But other than that, things are going really well. I'm still having some emotional highs and lows, but it's all stuff that I expected to go through, and it's all probably a good sign. I mean, I'm feeling very well bonded to my baby. I'm feeling very well bonded with my family. I absolutely love just what the Lord has done in our lives and in our family, and to watch it grow. There was a season in our lives where I did not think we were going to be able to have any more children due to our circumstances, and the Lord has continued to bless our family in abundance, so I'm incredibly blessed. And I am enjoying just finding our groove again as our family has grown, and things are going well. So yeah, that's, 3 weeks in, it feels like such a short time, but I can't believe it was 3 weeks ago. So it's wild to know that we're already 3 weeks in, when a month ago I was just anxiously waiting on the arrival of our baby. I am 3.5 weeks postpartum, and there's been some bigger symptoms over the last few days. The big one being I'm experiencing period-like cramps again, or it almost feels like after birth pains, but more mild. It's kind of like a combination of the two. It's kind of weird to describe it. And though I'm not worried about it, I believe it's just my uterus contracting back to normal. My body's still trying to get back to normal. I am only 3.5 weeks postpartum, so there were things that are happening. However, this is a new symptom that I've experienced. Like, I haven't experienced this when I've been postpartum in the past and after my previous pregnancies, but this one it's a newer one. Normally when I go through this part of postpartum, it happens within the first week and a half maybe, but never this far out from after just having a baby. I'm not concerned if this continues on until I go to my 6-week checkup. Then I will say something, but I'm not concerned. As far as my postpartum bleeding goes, it is on and off. It's lightened up significantly, but it's still it's on and off. It'll go away completely, and then all of a sudden I'll get a spot of blood. Nothing abnormal. So with that being said, if I start having major blood clots or any blood clots, then I will contact my doctor. I do remember when I had my miscarriage and going after that. Now I had a DNC, so it's slightly different scenario here, but I remember cramping like this, and then all of a sudden I would get blood clots and major bleeding and things like that. So definitely not the same scenario. However, because that's what I went through when I had my miscarriage back in 2024, I am aware that could potentially be a possibility. It's very unlikely as far as I know anyway. So I don't think that's going to happen at all. But when I would get the random cramping, I would start to go through that. But again, miscarriage, I was having complications after a DNC. There was a lot of other things going on. But still associated with a postpartum season, considering that it was a miscarriage, and after miscarriage you go through most postpartum. So if I start experiencing those kinds of symptoms, I will contact my doctor immediately, but I'm not. It's really just a cramp-like pain, and then the bleeding is doing exactly what I would expect my body to do at this stage after having a baby. Another thing is I'm getting really bad hormonal acne. It is so bad around my chin right now. My skin is dry, and it's just, my skin's not loving me at the moment. Again, I'm experiencing just the hormonal acne. My body again is still going through major hormonal shifts right now, and just major shifts in general. I just did 9 months of pregnancy and 3 weeks postpartum. So I hate that I'm dealing with that. I don't want to get too close to the camera, but it's right here, and it's all associated with dry patches, and again, just stuff that I would expect to go through. Hair wise, however, let's just do a hair update. I did cut my hair when I was around 38 weeks pregnant, or 38 weeks pregnant, and I did that for the sake of, it does help significantly with postpartum hair loss. So I haven't really experienced any postpartum hair loss, or very little. My hair is slightly drier than it was when I was pregnant. Again, I totally expected that. But overall, my hair is actually doing really well. But that's what happens when you cut your hair right before you have a baby. Just the effects of it being cut and refreshed is just, it like significantly reduces the amount of damage you feel in your hair. Now, yeah, my hair texture is different than it was when I was pregnant, but it's not near as bad as what it could be. It's just kind of leveling out, so that's been nice. I just got done with my postpartum checkup, 6 weeks postpartum, well, 6.5 weeks postpartum. Everything looks good. I'm still dealing with some postpartum bleeding on and off. She said that was perfectly normal, that I'm not showing any signs of anything major happening. Also, the extended cramps that I've been feeling are also normal. 5th pregnancy, another postpartum season, so with each subsequent pregnancy it just gets a little bit harder, so nothing that I shouldn't already expect to happen. I thought it might have been my period, but I kind of wish it was, because then I could start tracking again. But we're in this place where it's like, okay, it's no longer, like, I don't have a prediction for when I'll stop bleeding. I think I did this with my last baby too, on and off bleeding for the first couple months, but she said 8 to 12 weeks and then you can expect normal cycles again. So we're unpredictable. Hopefully the postpartum bleeding will stop soon, but we'll see. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for joining me on my pregnancy journey. Thank you for just being a part of this with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some insight. This was a journey of pregnancy after loss, and I'm just so grateful to be here, and I've had so much healing throughout this pregnancy journey. I'm currently in the parking lot of my doctor's office right now, and there's a car in the background. A car's horn went off. But just thank you for being here, and for, again, this is just such a wonderful journey to be on, especially after all the loss last year, and just so much healing from this pregnancy. And I have a perfectly healthy baby. She just got a checkup as well, perfectly healthy. Everything looks good, and I'm just so thankful. Anyway, I guess back to normal content. If there are some pregnancy related or postpartum related videos that I didn't get to that you would like to see, please let me know. I will gladly share some more insight with what I feel like I have knowledge to do so, or what I can. But let me know in a comment below. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.